Hello everyone. Welcome to the first edition of the Euro Heroes powered by smartphones. These heroes are instrumental in improving the quality of life of the patients. Today, we have one such hero who has improved the life of more than tens of thousands of such patients. Good evening, Dr. Sanjay Pandey. Welcome to the first edition of the Euro Heroes powered by smartphones.
So, good evening, Dr. Muskan.
Dr. Sanjay Pandey is the recipient of multiple awards by the Urological Society of India. Being one of the key opinion leaders in the field of urology, he has written multiple publications in his 20-year-long and valuable career. Let's go straight to Dr. Sanjay Pandey, who is here with us to share his knowledge and experience. Dr. Sanjay Pandey, it's a pleasure to have you here. We are surely going to get great insights on alpha blockers.
So I think it feels good today to be speaking on this on a platform as august as this, because this is what may be required for future, as reconstruction is a challenging and a daunting task.
Doctor, right to the point. How do you classify alpha blockers?
I classify alpha blockers into an aspect of care depending on age, depending on the requirement, and probably depending on the emergency that they create and come to us in the outpatient department. So in other words, when you have a younger patient profile, you look at those which don't interfere with the sexuality part of it. And that's where alfuzosin stands tall over the last 1.5 decades of work on the very molecule where I choose it for youngsters, number one. Number two, when I look at those individuals who are middle-aged and elderly and who have got a progressive low urinary tract symptom, the most well-studied drug at the alpha-1A receptor blocker, which is the tamsulosin, has been a great friend and one of the most studied drugs with a good consistent result and a very strong profile itself on the alpha blockade has been very helpful. When we look at patients needy enough and who have got significant and gross obstructive voiding, who are of the elderly age group in the late 60s, 70s and 80s, who come probably have missed out or ignored or may have not known that their symptoms have been progressive, the drug silodosin has actually tested itself very well, because this drug is not only very potent but also capable enough. And when we look at a patient profile of geriatrics and elderly, then it doesn't interfere too much with activities around.
As you said, doctor, the drug is potent. Let's go forward, doctor. Doctor, when a patient is diagnosed with BPH, how do you meet the expectation?
So to meet such expectation, it is important to handle the journey of awareness. Many people don't know where the prostate is and what the prostate does. What does the prostate mean and what is it about a hormone change which is bringing about change in the prostatic architecture, which is bringing about the obstruction to the flow of urine. I keep telling them that the size does not matter. What matters is what is the prostate doing to the urinary passage around. So basically, over the first few minutes to the first few sessions, it's more about matching their expectations, which is all about their obstruction on one side on a symptomatic patient, and suddenly jolted patient who has done an health checkup and probably picked up many things which are completely out of sync. Raised PSA, high residual volume, debris in the bladder, prostatomegaly, nothing he was expecting in a health checkup. So both the patients have different expectations. The symptomatic patient gets a symptomatic relief.
Yes, doctor, rightly said. It differs from patient to patient. Thank you, doctor. Let's move to the swift questionnaire round. I will ask you questions and you need to reply swiftly. So are you ready, Dr. Pandey?
Please go ahead.
Thank you. Doctor, if not a urologist, then what?
I actually was choosing gynecology at that point in time. I'm lucky I chose surgery and rose up to be a urologist.
How do you unwind after the long taxing day?
Also, I read a lot. I listen to a lot of motivational talks as the way I work in. But reading is one thing which I read urology, or I read books or read autobiographies, but I read a lot. That's one aspect.
What is your favorite holiday destination?
So, visited many places, but that I've been to Dharamshala multiple times. So to me, Dharamshala in Himachal Pradesh has been a good destination. Having traveled across the world and used 11 passports, still Dharamshala becomes one of those very serene and a good location where you can really unwind yourself and have a holiday of your own.
I wish I could visit that place. Your favorite sports, doctor?
So I love watching something and playing something. I love watching lawn tennis and Formula One, but I love playing table tennis and cricket, and that's how it has been.
Let's catch up someday to play. We are really grateful for the experiences that you have shared with us today, Doctor. These experiences will not only help the medical fraternity, but in turn helps the patients as well. With this, we conclude our interview with Dr. Sanjay Pandey. The Euro Heroes will be back soon shortly. Till then, thank you for watching.